What's up, everybody? Quick video, filming on my laptop. The most frictionless, but probably low quality way to film, right? I'm in the middle of moving, so that's why I'm just filming on my laptop for convenience. And even I don't have a desk anymore, so I'm working on my bed, and I've got to hold my microphone like this. I just want to share my experience of reading Alex Hormozi's $100 million offers. Found it very good in theory, and when I tried to apply it to my offer, it's been quite overwhelming and it's taking unexpectedly long. So what actually happened was I had read this book a while ago without actually having had an offer to apply to. But since I'm preparing an online course and I was actually specifically working on the call to action section where I outline what's in the course and how awesome it is, I felt like revisiting the book. And there's a section on Grand Slam offers where the idea, I suppose, is to make the offer so good that the customer would feel silly saying no, right? And from a high level, it's pretty much coming up with the dream outcome that the customer desperately needs. And then the second step would be to come up with a list of all the problems that a customer could pose or could experience or could be getting stuck at various stages through the process, like before buying the product and immediately after buying the product. The third step would be to creatively come up with how you would solve every single one of those problems and do a massive brainstorm. And finally, you would narrow down which of those solutions you're willing to offer. And it makes so much sense in theory, because if you solve all of the potential problems, it makes it hard for them to say no, or it makes your solution a no-brainer. But where it got messy was I was using AI to help me with this process. I mean, I was going back and forth with AI, so I wasn't letting it do everything, but it ended up coming up with like 180 problems. And for each of the problems, I asked it to brainstorm solutions as well. So it's like 180 times 5. It's almost like 1,000 different solutions to go through. And now I'm just left with a Google Doc where it's like hundreds of pages. And I have to go through them and see which ones I'm willing to offer. And now it feels like if I don't go through it, it's like I'm copping out in a way, because there's so many things in there that I never would have considered that actually make a lot of sense. Like, it makes the offer so much better from my point of view. And I feel like more people are likely to buy it. And I could even justify doing a higher price, or I could justify doing different tiers of pricing, whereas my original offer would have been the lowest tier. So it's sort of an awkward situation, because now I feel like I have to follow through with this, but then it's increased the scope of the work. Because initially I thought I had mapped everything out, and then I went for like the minimal viable product mindset, where it's like, this is enough to sell to someone to be super valuable. But with the Grand Slam offer approach, it's almost like I'm trying to be exhaustive. So it's not like the minimum viable product. It's like, what does the offer need to include to be absolutely epic? And I'm wondering if that's like a trap here. Like, because I am feeling myself slowing down and I'm losing motivation, and I'm sort of feeling like there's too much when I try and solve every single problem. And now I have like a couple 100-page notebook to go in. So that's where it's getting messy. I don't really know what to do about it. I'm in the middle of moving too, so that sort of adds to the stress. But I'm thinking that I still want to smash through that Google document and come up with whatever I want to extract. Just make sure that it's not taking on too much extra work or too much scope, that it will take too much time to launch and get real feedback from customers, or it's just going to be too much scope and I get overwhelmed, burnt out, or demotivated, which I'm starting to feel already. Mainly the demotivated, sort of the demotivation that happens when you realize the scope is so big rather than just trying to keep it simple and small. So another thing I might try is just to time box it. Like, just give myself a week to come up with the offer and just leave it there and ship it and get real feedback. But we'll see how it goes. But I just want to share my current thoughts and what's currently happening when I try to apply something that's very logical, very promising in theory, And I think it's promising in practice, but it just increases the scope, and it has added more friction, or added the feeling of friction a bit, and it sort of impedes the momentum a bit. But anyway, what do you guys think? Have you read $100 million offers? If so, what are your thoughts? Do you have any tips? Otherwise, I hope that was interesting or useful, etc., etc. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side.